Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. Welcome to my YouTube station. Today I'm going to be talking about, is it safe to call that 1-800 number when I get a tax bill? Should I call them or shouldn't I call them? So I'm going to give you the story on that. Anyway, I worked at IRS for 10 years. I have been in private practice for 40 years. You're going to hear the truth from me. If anyone tells you anything different, they're absolutely lying to you. I started these videos because there's more crap about IRS collections and audit stuff than one cares to believe. There's so many people trying to scare you, slam you, get into your pocket, and they don't even tell you really what you need to know. Anyway, I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff. Like I said, I've done this 10 years. I've been in private practice for 40. I've been on all the major news stations. I've been on God, I even forgot Fox twice, ABC, the Washington Bureau, Newsmax, News Nation, CBS, NBC, all the major stations. You can see me in a coat and tie. I shoot these videos like this where I'm nice and comfortable at home. My cat and dog kind of walk behind me. So anyway, today I want to talk to you today about when you get that bill and there's a 1-800 number and it says call. Should you call the number or shouldn't you call the number? That's my question, and I'm going to give you an answer. If you know what's going to happen when you call, then you call them. If you don't know what's going to happen, then don't call them. Most people, 99.9%, don't know what's going to happen when you call them. So let me tell you what's going to happen, and then you make your decision. First of all, should you get a representative or not? If you owe just a little amount of money, or you don't have a lot of money and you don't have a lot of income or assets, you can call the number. Nothing's going to happen. Chances are in a situation like that, they're going to put you in hardship. But for most people, you have to make a decision. This is what's going to happen. The IRS is going to want a 433-F financial statement. You may want to download it and look it over because that's what they're going to ask for. Sometimes they take bank statements and sometimes they take pay stubs, depending on what day of the week, and I mean that, depending on their caseload. What most people do not know is when you fill out that financial statement, there's a couple of tricks and traps. IRS wants to know what your equity is. Do you have money in your bank? Do you have an IRA you can liquidate? Do you have any do you have an asset in a home that can be sold to pay the tax? Those are some of the questions you may get asked. Now, on the other side, and the more important side, IRS has a very set system of your income and expenses and what IRS is actually going to go ahead and allow. IRS has what's called the IRS National Standard Program. What does the IRS National Standard Program mean? It means simply this, very simple. IRS is going to only allow you X amount of dollars in expenses in the category of food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments, and car operation. So whatever you put down on that financial statement, IRS is not going to allow that because the Department of Labor says, depending on where you live, what county, what state, what region, wherever, IRS is going to use the Department of Labor standards and not yours, meaning you may have a lot of money left over to pay IRS you're not expecting, and IRS is going to ask you for a payment agreement. If you don't, you've now given IRS your levy information. So I'm just telling you, when you get that IRS notice and they're telling you to go ahead and call the 1-800 number, that's what's going to happen. So if you're prepared for that and you know what the National Standards Program is and you want to go forward with that, do this. Your case is only going to result in one of two things at that 1-800 number. You're either going to wind up in a payment agreement or a hardship, just so you know, and make sure all your tax returns are filed. So if you don't owe a lot of money in tax or you just are making a little and just getting by, call them. If you owe a little more money or a lot more money, and you may want to get personal representation, because at the end of the day, sometimes the people at the other of the phone can be ugly. Anyway, give me a call if you want. We do good we're excellent representation, actually. You can leave a comment and give me a subscription if you would. I try to give you all the information you need. A subscription would help me. Thank you for listening.